Here now, Jonathan Turley, a constitutional law attorney and George Washington law professor. Jonathan, welcome back. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you.
You wrote a piece on this today, and once again, you are sort of saying, you know, whoa, hold on a minute and don't get over your skis on this. Why?
Well, it's odd. It's like we have this giant Rorschach test where everyone sees ink blots and sees crimes everywhere. I mean, the criminal code has defined elements to it. You just don't find these ambiguous crimes. Some people have said this could be treason. For the love of God, treason is defined in the Constitution. This is not treason. Other people have said this could be a Logan Act violation. Well, Logan Act has been used once in 200 years and is facially unconstitutional. One said, well, if you take things of tangible value under the campaign laws and treat information like that, then maybe you have a campaign contribution violation. Well, yeah, but we haven't seen that done. You could also treat it like a panda and say it's an endangered species violation. But courts haven't done that. So I think that people need to take a breath. You know, this was a meeting where someone said they had evidence of a possible crime by the opponent of the Trump campaign. They met with this person. I think a lot of people in the city view that as naive. I think a lot of people say, my God, why didn't you use a surrogate, which is how it's done in Washington? But that itself is not a crime.
So, you know, and what you just touched on is what has been discussed a lot, which is the fact that this is a big moment in the campaign. It's shortly after Donald Trump secures the nomination. This is a very high-level meeting. This is Paul Manafort, the campaign manager, Jared Kushner, very close advisor to the president and his son-in-law, and his son, Donald Trump Jr. So these were big guns at this meeting, and they claim that they didn't know why they were even there, that, you know, they had just been asked to join in this meeting. Do you buy that? And is there any significance to who was there?
Well, frankly, it does strike a lot of folks in the Beltway as sort of amateur hour. People like the Clintons are notorious for using surrogates. People like David Brock, who's rather notorious, but lots of other people serve as surrogates or buffers to campaigns. It's very rare that you see something like this happen, but the fact that they're high-ranking, the fact that they met with this lawyer, doesn't constitute a crime unless we start to broaden the definition of criminal conduct. And what I've said to a lot of my friends who do legal analysis is this really the world you want to live in, where we broaden the definition of crimes so far that most any conversation could be a criminal act? That's a very dangerous world to live in. But more importantly, if information is now a thing of tangible value under federal campaign laws, then the Clinton campaign could be charged with the same type of offense, and a wide variety of other campaigns could be charged. Yeah. I mean, there's a point in which you have to show some element of maturity and stand back and tell people, look, this is worthy of investigation, but you shouldn't suggest that this is a clear evidence of a criminal act.
I've been looking at, you know, some of the tweets from other former campaign operatives for other campaigns. They said, you know, yes, we do lots of opposition research, but not with foreign entities, not with someone from another country. First of all, it doesn't appear to be true based on the Ukraine connection that we heard about today on the DNC side. But is that true? Does it complicate this legally that it was a meeting with someone from another country who may have a tie to the Kremlin, as most people do, in some tangential way or otherwise?
No, it's only if we get more information, there could be some wire that's tripped. But the fact that you've received information from a foreign source is not itself any type of crime unless you start to radically broaden the campaign finance rules. The fact is campaigns and aides meet with foreign leaders and nationals all the time. They share information about trade and other issues. Sometimes they share information that runs against their opponent in a campaign. That is fairly routine. Now, what is not routine is have high-ranking people like this meet with someone without knowing the nature of the meeting. That was not a smart move to make, but it doesn't make it a crime. And so people have got to be very careful. If this is a crime, then a wide array of contacts that routinely occur between politicians and foreign nationals would also be a crime. And then you raise serious free speech and associational concerns under the Constitution.
Jonathan Turley, thank you very much. Always good to see you.